Right! I was gonna set stuff up, but I failed to do that even. Let's see here. We need Figma. Let's do Figma. Figma is good. And why do I keep on getting this fucking extension error? Fuck off. Let's see. This is the my work Figma. I need time to play Crimson Desert anyway. Holy hell. Let's see here. Later. Figjam is the thing to do, right? I think. Right! I have the Figjam ready. And we're gonna see if we gonna see if we can make a video game in 30 days alone. And we're gonna make something that is achievable, so we can sort of like try to set up the plan a little bit as well today. We need to sort of figure out what sort of assets we need, what is a gameplay, what is a goal for the player, and stuff like that. So that's what we're gonna try to set up for today. So I already have the game in mind, what I want to make, because this just came to mind while I was on my travels, on my little vacation, at my visiting my family. Let's just call it. What do we call it? Just for as a working title, let's call it Ball and Pipe. Ball and Pipe. That's like the main things for the game. What's gonna be going on? So if we do a little sketch of what a potential game screen could look like. So here's a game screen. And then we're going to have a... let's say that we have a little... Holy hell, that was the straightest line I've ever done with a pen. Oh, wait. Can never do that again. Here's like a Mario pipe, or Super Mario pipe. And then we have... Right. Start with fucking capital letters. Here's the start point of the game. Can I lock this? I'll lock this. Boom. And then we copy this. Brother man. So the goal is to make a ball go from this start pipe to the end pipe. So how do we do that, you may ask? We will have a bunch of other... Actually, let's make this a little bit more up here. So then we have a little UI section here with some other stuff that you can place out in the level. And this can be pipe parts. And they can be like curved. And such. So like this would be a very basic level. And you could have so that these are stackable. So you can have like 3x and maybe 2x of these. So that would be sort of like predetermined per level. So you would have to figure out how to get to this pipe with limited resources. And then, of course, this... Let's unlock this. All of this could be the same, but on a different level, it could be that there is... there's something blocking here. There's like a little... I don't know. Fucking rock. So you would have to add one of these here, for example. So boom. Boom. Yeah, what the fuck happened there? So that you would have to somehow, with your limited resources, make the ball go up here and then... And the plan is not to do that you will only... like for example, for this level here, it could be that it's just a tutorial. So there could be pipes all over here. Or maybe like pipe here, no pipe here, pipe here, pipe here, and so forth. So you would have to use your corner pieces to place them here. Could be like, if we color these to green, these are the ones that you place out. And so forth. But it could very much as well just be that this is a little bit more crazy. So here maybe you have that. Oh, you have a trampoline. Trampoline. So you can place a trampoline here. And for you to get over here, maybe if we even do the trampoline is supposed to be placed here. There is there's maybe like a corner piece here that you're supposed to bounce from here to another springboard that is has been pre-placed here. So then you have momentum going on here, so that the ball is going here, boom, boom, and then bouncing off this, and then following the momentum. And then you maybe have a... Like, yes, you could maybe use your other pipe to place here. So you don't have to use it for specifically so that the ball goes through it, but it could be bouncing off like this, boom, and then boom, double boom. And I haven't even drawn the ball, but here's the ball. Like, the ball's gonna drop like this. And boom. So the ball will be physics driven. That's the ugliest ball ever. I could maybe just do a fucking eclipse. And yeah, you have to do all of this fun stuff. Connect pipes and shit. And then boom. Bouncing on this. Now boom, 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 boom. Stuff like that. So this is a mix of Cut the Rope app, which has a bunch of like stuff, interactable objects in the level. So you have to like cut the rope in a certain order and a certain timing to be able to make this candy go towards this little fella. So here's like it's tied to two ropes, but you can make so that when this candy is inside of this little circle here, you could attach this to this attachment. And this one shoots bubbles, I believe. A bunch of stuff. So that's one inspiration. If I copy image and I put it here. And we call this segment the inspiration segment. Or like references, rather. That's what you call it. That's usually what you call it. And then, what was it called? Was it called Pipe Dream Game? Kind of like this. That you have one start point of a pipe where you have to use the assigned pipe shapes to then take them and place them around to lead the water to the goal. Why are they all so small? That's what she said. And then, lastly, bridge constructor. Bridge construction game. Which, what I'm taking from this is the limited resources as well as physics driven. So combining all of this, if we can even object interaction, like item and object interaction. And this is for pipe placement and yeah, just pipe placement. And then physics driven and limited resources. Limited what's it called? Limited and pre-assigned resources, you could say. Pipe dream is actually a kind of good name. Yeah, it's a... doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really say what it's about when it's just called pipe dream. I guess, but it's cool. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, that's those are the references. So this is gonna be... I'm gonna do this in Unity, since I will be vibe coding. And use Cloud to be my programming assistant, basically. And I mean, there's also... I guess there are like co-pilots and stuff like that I can use with JetBrain to maybe just skip the whole cloud thing and use the AI thing that is inside of the plugin. So then you can see the whole project as well. And it can instantly know, hopefully, what I'm talking... instantly know what I'm talking about. It's a saying in English, meaning like something unattainable, far-fetched in the future. Like pipe dream? I don't know that. Did not know. But yeah. So we do this in Unity with a co-pilot AI to help us code and stuff. We are going to make this in 2D. It's going to be physics driven. And it needs to be done in 30 days. We're also going to create the art assets on our own. It's going to be simple graphics. So let's write down all of this. What is the project? 30 days challenge. Start date 1st April. Unity. Using AI co-pilot or whatever it's called. I'm gonna double check what it's actually called. AI co-pilot to vibe, code, and as a programming partner. 2D, physics driven with collision and systemic interactions. What do I mean with that? Ball speed, trajectory, speed trajectory, and what else? Etc. Let's just go with that. Can be altered by other objects, which has mechanics and interactions. Simple graphics that can be made by ourselves. Vector-based art. What is it called? Stretch and skew for animations. There's another term for this. I don't know remember what it's called, but basically that instead of having, like for example, a springboard that you animate the whole fucking spring to get pulled down or contracted. We're just gonna do like a squish and stretch, stretch and squish for animations. So that we can do inside of Unity as well. Pipes, or like ball has gravity while pipes have collision. How do you spell collision? Fucking fuck. In the edges. So something that is important with that is that pipes has to have layered art. Edges has the collision. Where did I type collision before? 2L and 1S. While background doesn't. Background and pipe rims doesn't. Rims have overlay priority. Like I think that overlay is something completely different. But to me, when I'm saying overlay, it means that I overlaying images or graphics in certain order or layer. So what I mean is that this part here has higher priority towards the screen, so that when the ball is entering or like passing through the pipe, you can see it like behind this rim. But when the ball is here, you can see the ball. So that you can see what's going on inside of the pipes. Goal of the game is lead ball through pipes and object interactions towards a goal. Could be a end pipe, an end pipe, or just a platform or bucket. Question mark? We'll see. Can we make this into something with a small narrative? Could we make this to something that is that can create a story? Like, can the art then still be something? Or actually, we can make this. Goal of the project we can maybe have. Maybe that is something that is similar to this, but this is like one of the goals that I could strive for. Can the art then still be something simple, but more telling for the story? Create a simple enough game that can be published and have a handful of levels. Turn into a portfolio piece for the sake of applying to mobile game jobs is sort of the goal. That's pretty much it. To explain what the project is, what the goal of the game is, and what the goal of the project is. Right? Pretty self-explanatory. So then... Wait. To-do list. This will be like sort of like our task manager. Maybe I'll make this a little bit more. Or actually, is there like a task manager template? A table? Ah, fuck that. I'm just gonna see what kind of widgets there are. If I do like, here's a template. Task manager. Hey, there's nothing like that. Let's just create like a start of a to-do list here, and then we can create a task manager later. To-do list. Ball sprite with physics. 2D ball sprite with physics. Pipes with collision. Make ball stay put in beginning. Make start button to make ball activate gravity. Unstuck ball. Have a trigger for completing the level. Next level button to transition to next level scene. Load new level. I mean, this is like a very, very rough way to explain what needs to be done. And this will be, of course, be evolving throughout the project, since this is going to be the most bare bone, I would say. This most likely could be done in 1 week or this week. Depending on how much I do stream this. How much should I do this every day is the question. 2 hours? 3 hours? Should I maybe work for 3 hours tops? Could be something. Like this pre-production, or this planning phase hasn't been that much. Barely 30 minutes, I think. Yeah, it's been 32 minutes or 33 when I started this stream. I don't want to get going too much. I mean, we can maybe start up Unity and see if I can make this very simple 2D ball with... let's do new. Let's do this one. Let's call this Ball Dream. Ball Dream. We're gonna make this 2D. We're gonna create the project. Do do. Do do do. Do 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 do. What's most important is that we have to finish or progress with something each day. Even if it is just for 1 hour or even 30 minutes, as long as we create or finish something, it's all good. So while this is loading, general schedule plan. Week 1 is going to be something. Week 2 is going to be something. Week 3 is going to be something. Week 4 is going to be something. Week 4, would be polishing and iteration based on feedback is going to be one goal. Week 3, finalize last levels. It's going to be one of them. What's so fucking weird is that let's see. If we say that this is week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Planning and prototyping the base mechanics is a solid one. Polish the like level create prototype interactive objects, interactive objects, level content creation, polish interactive objects, finalize and polish, and polish last levels, and then last week is more polishing and iteration based on feedback. It's still loading, holy shit. Like, compiling shaders or whatever the fucking Unity is doing. I'm actually planning to go to the gym after this, just to do some basic stuff, just to activate my body a little bit, potentially. Or I do that tomorrow after I have scuffed down on my candy that I couldn't resist buying today. Maybe I do that. I think that's a better plan. Eat the candy now, use that as a metabolism reset, and go to the gym tomorrow and burn that shit off. There we go. We have the video game here. Scene here. So, we can just create a 2D sprite, circle, Simple as that. Player ball. And from now, we can just drag it into the scene, I guess. And then we add a... Is it a rigid body you need to do? Rigid body 2D. Is the body to be simulated? If not, it is effectively hidden from the simulation. If I press play now, it just falls. There we go. Simple as that. Started running more, but also need to go to the gym more. Each mod 2026 is not looking good. Yeah. But yeah, like I've been meaning to go to the gym for a long time, and but I've always been that kind of guy that really plans out that, oh, I need to really eat something specifically carbs in before the workout, and then I have to eat this and that much protein and blah 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 blah. I'm gonna focus a little bit less on that and just eat good food, but still nothing trash. I'm not gonna eat fried food and pizza and shit like that. I'm only gonna eat pizza when it's leg days. But I'm not gonna think too much on counting calories and counting this this and that much protein. I'm just gonna eat protein and have protein drinks. Like having protein drinks after workout is like a standard thing for me, just to fuel the body after. But I'm not gonna sit and calculate too much. I've learned to just show up and eat so you have the energy. Yeah. Because that's the most annoying part, that I can sort of miss out on eating. And then I realize that, oh fuck, I'm hungry. But I also want to go to the gym. But then I have to eat now to get energy, and then I can go to the gym in like 1 or 2 hours, because then I don't feel either the hunger or the sluggish after eating food, or after eating food feeling. And then I will have the energy later on. But at that time, I usually also get like so comfortable sitting here in by my PC, either watching anime or YouTube or playing games, and be like, fuck. Do you really want to go to the gym? Then I should just do it. That's the thing. That's the thing. But yeah, we made a fucking ball falling. So then if we also create a 2D sprite.
Just do it.
True. Obstacle. And then we make this. And then we can make this. Boom. Just for the sake of seeing if the collision is on. Which it's not, of course. Because this one also needs to have a rigid body. You're not supposed to be simulated. Do we need something else? Collision. We need box collider 2D. And then you need a circle collider 2D. The fuck? Okay, good. Okay, interesting. Classic TCL command. Brother man. Mm. Whether the collider behaves as a trigger or not? No, it's not supposed to be. But what if it is? Let's just see what's going on then. Like, surely this should be the most simple thing ever. Like, this shouldn't be something with this. What even is a rigid body? Bruh, I don't want to do anything like that. Collision detected. Continuous, maybe. Fuck! Bruh, I have made collision before. I've worked on the fucking... the fucking bubble game. Wanna collide later? Sure thing, bro. Let's just save, at least, so we have this progress going. I only collide with the clushy. Of course you do, you dirty fuck. Kinematic. Does this do anything? Or maybe static. I don't know. We'll play around with this. See if this do anything. Kinematic make them fucking stuck. So if I make you dynamic and you kinematic, what happens then? Nothing! What if I open project, bubble burst. Let's just double check how I did for the fail to resolve project template. Bruh, fuck off. Why is there non-material? Because it shouldn't matter, right? I actually don't know what the material is for in the collider. But it shouldn't matter. Huh? But at least we have finished one thing. we have made a 2D ball sprite with gravity. And physics. So we have done this. We have completed one task. Bro, it should be very easy. How to make collision in Unity. Introduction to collision. A collider type is based on the configuration of its game object, collider, and rigid body component. You can read everything. In Unity, a collision happens when two game objects that are configured for collision occupy the same physical space. Collision is a foundational part of most games, and many interactive applications and simulators. To handle collision between game objects, Unity uses colliders. A collider is a Unity component that defines the shape of a game object for the purpose of physical collision. Colliders are invisible and do not need to be the same shape as the game object's mesh. For guidance on how to add components to a game object, see Use Components. Each 3D collider has a 2D equivalent. In Unity 2D and 3D, physics run on different physics simulation systems. For guidance on 2D physics collider, see Collider 2D. When you attach a Collider 2D component to a game object, the Collider 2D defines which area of the game object has collision and can interact with other colliders in the scene. The Collider 2D is invisible, and its shape is about the same shape as the game object for more accurate collision. You can adjust the collider's shape and the other properties in its inspector window. Colliders for 2D game objects all have names ending with 2D. You can't use 3D game objects with 2D colliders. Or 2D game objects with 3D colliders. Bruh. Bro, just give me a fucking Gorka video. $2D collision.
Making it so one object can land on another is a pretty essential skill to be able to make games in Unity. So it's one of those early things you need to figure out. Let me walk you through it. I'm going to go ahead and click on my main character here, my little alien friend, I guess. And what I need to add are two different things. I'm going to add the component, rigid body, and make sure you do rigid body 2D because it's a 2D game. And then you're also going to need to add...
I did that right. Yeah.
Add the collision. Now, you can do a box collider, you could do a circle collider, or a capsule collider. Whatever you think fits the shape of your character the best. I guess for mine, I'll do a capsule collider this time. Okay. First off, now that I have it added, I'm going to click Edit, and I'm going to just shrink it down to actually fit my character. These are the lines when something smacks into me that my object or my character or my character would stop at, right? So this is where the impact line is, you think. And there's some space here, but I'm fine with that. That is looking awesome. Okay. Now you also want to pay attention to things like gravity and mass. Mass will be impacted when things are bouncing off one another. But for now, let's go right into, here's my platform. I need the same two things here, so I'm going to start with a rigid body 2D, and then I'm going to add a collider as well. This time I'll use the box collider for the land. Okay, now I'm going to have to zoom way out. Obviously my object is huge, so let me go ahead and edit this. I'm going to push this down, because I want the character to be able to be on the grass, but I don't want them to fall beneath it. And maybe something like this, and this. And let's zoom back in here. Now, if I go ahead and hit play, whoa, there goes everything, and you can see my background. So we either need to put other objects for it to fall into, put some code. The simplest way, though, is I'm going to say, hey, this Y, it can't change. I'm going to freeze the Y position of my platform, of my land. Same with the rotation, because I don't want this item to rotate.
Let's do that, and maybe that just fixes it then. So if this one also is simulated, but it is freeze position. I guess freeze everything. No!
And in fact, I'm going to probably think I don't want my character to rotate either. Let's see what happens now. And boom, one object can land on another. Now, if I want my character to float, right, it looks like they're in a floating vehicle, I can do this. Keep in mind though, alright, so now I'm going to have some float. But keep in mind that anything that comes into contact right here will act like it's still hitting my character.
Wait, I also did a bunch of these stuff. Dynamic, and let's do dynamic here as well. Maybe now it just works. Now! Why?
But ta-da, we land. Same with
On there. There we go. Cool. How can I be so excited for something so simple? Small progress. Small progress. Okay. What was the solution? To yeah, what was it? To freeze the rotation position. What happens if I don't do that? Oh. I'll just freeze everything. What the fuck did I do differently? I didn't have simulated on this. That was probably the only thing that I needed to do, and then freeze the position and rotation for this. Cool, so now I have the basic done. So now I just need to create the pipes later on with the intended physics and shit. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. We save. Yeah. So next thing is pipes then. Cool. That's it for day 1, I guess. We've done this for almost 1 hour. Planning and we did the planning, we have some references, and we have a sketch of intended level screen, or game screen, or potential game screen. This can be very much be changed. We have some information about what the project is and the goal of the game. We have some references. We have a rough to-do list and a general schedule plan. And we managed to check off some tasks of the to-do list. Good day 1 for 1 hour. We continue with this tomorrow. And try to check off more tasks. Maybe then we also set up the whole AI thing. Maybe I do that off screen or off stream. The IDE and the Copilot, so that we can do some AI shit, vibe coding. and continue from there. Good. Good day one. Be back tomorrow.